you asked me just a year ago what the best iPhone was for most people, I would have said the iPhone 14 Pro. It had Pro Motion, it had the always-on display, a super bright 2000-nit screen so you could see in direct sunlight, the classic ring and silent switch, and of course that 48-megapixel main camera. Plus, features like emergency SOS via satellite and crash detection made it even easier to recommend. And you could pick one up refurbished for under $700. But something unexpected happened. The iPhone 17 has taken the crown. Not just because Apple handed down Pro features, but because the technology here has actually surpassed the 14 Pro in important ways. The screen, the cameras, the charging speed, even the default storage. And there's one feature in particular that changes how the iPhone feels every time I use it. Stick with me because I'll reveal which one before we wrap up. Now at first glance, the iPhone 17 doesn't look radically different. The screen size is 6.3 inches. That's barely bigger than the 6.1 we've seen on so many iPhones over the years. But now the 6.3-inch tier matches the iPhone 16 Pro and the 17 Pro. If you're hoping for a giant 6.7-inch Plus or Max display, you won't find it here. But for one-handed use, this is still the sweet spot. What you will notice are the colors. 5 pastel options: lavender, sage, mist blue, white, and the black that I have here. Reviewers across The Verge and Wired said the new finishes feel more modern and refined compared to the bolder colors of the past. And I agree, this is one of Apple's most polished palettes in years. The display itself is another upgrade, one that used to be reserved only for the pros. I'll come back to that later, but let's just say this change makes everything on the iPhone 17 look and feel different. Apple also introduced Ceramic Shield 2, which they claim is 3 times more scratch resistant. If you're careless, that's reassuring. I always use a case and sometimes a tempered glass protector, so scratches haven't really been an issue for me. Apple also says reflections are down about a third. Reviewers like CNET said the screen was easier to see outdoors, but personally, I just tilt the phone when I notice reflections. Now let's talk cameras. The iPhone 14 Pro had an excellent system for most people. 48-megapixel main, 12-megapixel ultra-wide, 12-megapixel telephoto. The iPhone 17 takes things further. You now get a 48-megapixel main and a 48-megapixel ultra-wide, plus 2 times optical zoom. The new selfie camera supports center stage, which automatically pans and zooms during group shots, so you don't have to squeeze people in. And if you want manual control, you can override it. Dual capture video is another standout. You can record with the front and back cameras at the same time. Reviewers at Engadget noted it's perfect for vloggers or reaction content. For me, it just removes the friction of capturing both the moment and your reaction to it. Performance is a major highlight. The A19 chip, built on a 3nm process, has a 6-core CPU and 5-core GPU. Apple says it's designed not just for speed, but for on-device AI tasks. In benchmarks reported by PCMag and Ars Technica, the iPhone 17 handles demanding games and multitasking without issue. Wired noted it can get warm under heavy gaming, but performance stayed smooth. Battery life is better than ever. Apple claims all-day battery life with up to 30 hours of video playback. And reviewers across The Verge, CNET, and Ars Technica said the phone consistently lasted through a full day with headroom left over. Apple also advertises that with just 10 minutes of charging, you can get up to 8 hours of video playback. And with a 40-watt adapter, you'll hit 50% charge in 20 minutes. In real-world tests, The Verge and PCMag confirmed charging speeds were close to Apple's claims. So in practice, you're getting a more capable chip, better efficiency, a battery that stretches further, and charging that feels much more instant than what 14 Pro users were accustomed to. Storage also gets a big boost. The 14 Pro started at 128 gigabytes. However, the iPhone 17 now starts at double that, 256 gigabytes. That's double the storage with no extra cost. With larger photo and video files, this is the right move. Now, iOS 26 is another reason to upgrade. This isn't just a simple facelift. Apple says nearly 200 things have changed, from layouts and animations to new customization options. Ars Technica described it as the most complete visual refresh in years. iOS 26 runs on iPhone 11 and newer, but reviewers consistently said the iPhone 17 shows it off at its best: smooth, modern, and fast. Then there's Apple Intelligence. Apple wants it to be something you use every day, summarizing emails, rewriting text and notes, or helping manage schedules. However, reviewers were mixed. Wired called it half-baked for now, and The Verge said it feels somewhere between convenient and not fully there yet. My take is the same. If you really want deep AI, you'll probably go to ChatGPT. For everyday convenience, Apple Intelligence will be fine for most people. Safety features are still here as well. The iPhone 14 first introduced emergency SOS via satellite, crash detection, and roadside assistance. The iPhone 17 keeps all of that and now adds messages via satellite. So if you're off the grid, being able to send a text can make all the difference. The action button is also back. It debuted on the iPhone 15 Pro, came to every iPhone 16 model, and now it's here on the iPhone 17. By default, it toggles mute, but you can assign it to a flashlight, the camera, voice memos, or any shortcut. Engadget called it one of those small features that quickly becomes essential. Connectivity is also feature-proof. Wi-Fi 7, Bluetooth 6, eSIM support, and of course 5G. Now, accessories are worth mentioning too. Apple's silicone case is soft and comfortable, but it picks up lint like crazy. A common complaint in multiple reviews. Personally, I prefer transparent cases. They let the color shine and avoid the constant wiping. So who is the iPhone 17 for? If you have an iPhone 15 or 16 Pro, the changes won't feel massive. But Apple isn't targeting those people. Even on their website, the comparison tool shows the 17 stacked against the 13, 14, and 15. That's the real audience. If you're on a 12, 13, or base 14, this upgrade is huge. And honestly, that's what makes this interesting. Just 9 months ago, I was saying the best iPhone to buy was the 14 Pro, even refurbished. Today, I think the iPhone 17 has taken that crown. Remember at the beginning when I said there was one feature that changes how this iPhone feels? For me, it's ProMotion finally coming to the regular iPhone. The first time I experienced it was on the iPhone 13 Pro, and I instantly noticed how much smoother 120Hz was. What makes it special is that it's adaptive. The display can ramp up when you're scrolling or gaming, then slow down when you're just reading, saving battery in the process. Once you experience it, it's hard to go back. On older phones without it, everything feels slower, almost like your phone is dragging behind you. That's why ProMotion matters. Not because it changes what you do with the iPhone, but because it makes everything look and feel better. Combine that with a brighter display, the faster USB-C charging, double the default storage, and the upgraded cameras. This is, without question, the iPhone I recommend for most people right now. So that's my review of the iPhone 17. The prices start at $799 for the 256GB version, and it's available now. What do you guys think? Is this finally the year the regular iPhone outshines the Pro models? If you want to see a deep appearance and size comparison with the iPhone 17 Pro Max and the iPhone Air, check out this video here. I'll see you guys next time.